Hello, and welcome to part 2 of my Baltimore Orioles preview episode. As you might have noticed, my last episode got cut off slightly because I ran out of storage space on my laptop, so it also explains the different clothes. But I might as well go ahead and do this the way I normally do, so welcome to another episode of Adamo Baseball, where I'm your host, Adamo. So, in the first episode, I was able to get all the way through the lineup. I remember because I was talking about how I had no idea who Yolmer Sanchez at second base was, and he's batting in the 9-hole. That's still true. I have no idea who that is. Apart from being the second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles. Projected. Allegedly. Per rotochamp.com. And so I might as well go ahead and get into the real meat and potatoes. The thing that's really been holding the Orioles back for a while. And while I do see improvement, it's still going to take some work. That would be the pitching staff. I'm going to start with the closer, mostly because I had to look it up on ESPN to find out who their closer was. It's a guy named Hunter Harvey. I've heard the name, but I couldn't tell you the first thing about the guy. Honest to God, I have no idea who. I don't know. I think I did see some of his statistics. He's not fantastic by any stretch, but at the same time, just having a guy. A couple of years ago, it was Givens, or Michael Givens, Mychal. That spelling of Michael, I'm guessing that's how you say it. Seemed like a good dude, but he wasn't a great closer. Hopefully Hunter Harvey is better, just as a closer. I don't know what their bullpen looks like. Outside of Hunter Harvey, the Orioles bullpen really hasn't been all that great over the last several years. And I'm guessing that it's going to be more of the same because I haven't heard of any high-profile trades to get the Orioles talent in the bullpen, and you usually don't hear about that unless it's someone like Andrew Miller or Josh Hader. Because, those guys, they actually, have earned their keep. Though we haven't heard from Andrew Miller in 3 or 4 years at this point. Last I knew, he's a St. Louis Cardinal and was making no noise as a bird. Josh Hader, as far as I'm aware, is still lights out lefty reliever, which it's the only time I've ever heard of one of those. I'm sure that there are others, but I couldn't name one. Now, for the part that definitely makes the most noise, the starting rotation. I think I made it pretty obvious in my previous episodes. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you're probably going to be confused by, how do I know your opinion? Well, it's because I have a podcast, and I did 100 episodes in 2020. That was not the goal. It just ended up being 100 episodes, on the dot, which I'm actually pretty proud of. But in that podcast, all last season, and the 8 episodes I did in 2019, there weren't many, but I did do them, I made it pretty clear that I'm pretty high on John Means. Like I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, but not in a suicidal way. John Means he actually is a stud starter for the Orioles. Now, I think he's going to get off to a slow start, and his ERA's not going to be good this upcoming year because, so I will use last year for context here. He actually ended up losing his opening day start, not because he wasn't good enough, but because he had a dead arm. His words, not mine. He hadn't pitched in so long, at least, at the stadium, in typical baseball shape, because you condition your body to be able to throw, as a pitcher. As a starter, if you start every single game, you're looking at 34 games in one season. Especially being the number one guy in the rotation, which John Means is. It has been no secret, he is the number one guy. So whenever it was July 24th, it wasn't that day whenever he announced it, but it was, opening day last season was July 24th for most teams, July 23rd for the Nats and Yankees. I remember because I covered that game a little bit. And John Means came straight up and said, I can't do it. I am not in baseball shape. So because last season he threw, I think, 14 games,